Inscription number 172. Nagarjunikonda pillar inscription of Gautamiputra Vijaya Satakarni. Regnal year 6. Provenance Nagarjunikonda. Guntur district. Andara Pradesh. Script middle brahmi of the southern class of 3rd century AD. Language Prakrit. English translation of the inscription. Adoration to the Lord, the best of beings. The pillar is the gift made on the Vaisakha Purnima of the 4th fortnight of summer during the 6th regnal year of King Gautamiputra Vijaya Satakarni. The date mentioned in this inscription shows that the summer season began on Chaitra badi 1 and that the months were purnimanta as in North India. The mention of the month is interesting. The date Valsakha Purnima is traditionally associated with the day of the Buddha's birth and Nirvana. This is the only inscription known of Gautamiputra Vijaya Satakarni and is the solitary record of the Satavahanas from Nagarjunikonda. The king may be identified with the Andhra king, who according to the Puranas, ruled only for 6 years. The present record, therefore, belongs to his last regnal year. The Tarhala board includes some of his coins bearing the name Vijaya Satakarni. 2 more kings, namely Chandasri and Palomavi of the Satavahana dynasty ruled after Vijaya. According to the Puranas, and are known from inscriptions also, Kodvali inscription of Chandasti and Myakdoni rock inscription of Pulumvi and Myakdoni inscription shows that Andhra Desha undoubtedly formed part of Pulomava's dominions. Thus the last 3 Satavahana kings had effective sway over the Andhra country. It appears that the city of Vijayapur, the ancient name of Nagarjunikonda, was founded by Vijaya Satakarni. 1T subsequently became the capital of the Ishvakus. This is proved by the discovery thereof 2 hoards of coins, exclusively belonging to Satavahana kings, besides stray occurrences of the coins of Yajna Satakarni, Pulumvi etc., as also by the presence of pre-Ishvaku deposits at many a site in that area, including the one below the Ishvaku rampart. After the rule of Yajna Satakarni, there was a decline, and the dynasty soon got extinguished consequent to the rise of its feudatories, while the western satraps continued to prosper till rise of Gupta Empire. Vijaya Satakarni ruled for 6 years consequent to rule of Yajna Satakarni. Thereafter his son Vashishthiputra Sri Chada Satakarni ruled for 10 years. Pulumvi IV, the last king of the main line, ruled until c. 225 C. During his reign, several Buddhist monuments were constructed at Nagarjunikonda and Amravati. After the death of Pulumvi IV, the Satavahana Empire fragmented into 5 smaller kingdoms. Northern part, ruled by a collateral branch of the Satavahanas, which ended in early 4th century. Western part around Nasik was ruled by Abhiras. Eastern part was ruled by Ikshvakus. Southeastern part ruled by the Pallavas. It is understood from Matsya Purana that the Andhra dynasty had ruled for around 450 years. Satavahana rule ended in the early 3rd century. The Indica of Megasthenes mentions a powerful tribe named Andharai, whose king maintained an army of 100,000 infantry, 2,000 cavalry, and 1,000 elephants. If Andharai is identified with the Andhras, this can be considered additional evidence of Satavahana rule starting in the 3rd century BC. Satavahana's rule began immediately after Maurya rule, followed by a Kamvas, and thereafter a revival of the Satavahana rule. According to one version of the theory, Simukha succeeded the Mauryans. Rather, Simukha was the person who had restored the Satavahana rule by overthrowing the Kamvas. Most modern scholars believe that the Satavahana rule began in the 1st century BCE and lasted until the 2nd century CE. This theory is based on Puranic records as well as archaeological and numismatic evidences.